Hey, my friend, it's Melanie Ferguson, your host of Creatives on Fire, the podcast where I hope to inspire you to create a profitable six-figure following online. So turn it up and listen in to amazing stories of success, along with behind-the-scenes secrets and valuable tips from, you guessed it, Creatives on Fire. Hey, my sweet friend, Melanie here. I have a couple of questions for you. I want to ask you if you are struggling at all with overwhelm, feeling like you need to be in a million places, not having enough time. Maybe you struggle with feeling like you're not good enough. Or who am I? Who am I to be sharing this with my audience? That imposter syndrome that a lot of us struggle with. What about just knowing what the next step is you should take in your business? Does any of this resonate with you? If so, I'd love to invite you to Creatives on Fire Insiders. This is an amazing group of creatives who are finding success and growing their businesses together. It's designed to stop the overwhelm, to build your confidence, and to guide you through the next steps you should take in your business. A lot of our focus inside is on video and live video specifically, how to get good at it, how to really capitalize on the time that we spend in our businesses. If this sounds like anything that interests you, come spend some time with us, because let's face it, who you spend your time with matters. Check us out at creativesonfireinsiders.com. We'll see you there. Welcome back to the podcast this week. I have a special treat for you. We are going to meet and learn more about Miss Natalie Mounter with her business called Totally Dazzled, where she hosts platforms across social media with over six-figure following. So let's dive right in. Hey, Natalie, thank you for joining us.
Hi, Melanie. Thank you so much for having me today. I'm so happy to be here with you.
I'm so glad that you're here with me. Tell me a little bit about yourself. If I've missed anything, I know I haven't done you justice. So tell us about Natalie and Totally Dazzled.
Yeah, so Totally Dazzled is an e-commerce product-based business that I started about 10 years ago when I was pregnant with my first baby. And it's a craft supply company. We specialize in sparkly rhinestone craft supplies with a focus on DIY weddings and DIY brides, but we serve all crafters. And yeah, I just realized from the very early days of running the business that content and educating people would be a really important strategy for us and a way that I enjoyed connecting with our customers.
Love it. So you immediately, right out of the gate, realized the opportunity that maybe social media had to offer for your business, because you could have just gone in a more traditional route with trying to get the word out there. But tell me how growing a social media following has benefited your brand.
Well, I think it's just a great way for brands to introduce themselves to customers in a very natural, non-salesy, non-pushy way. And I think that it's, for me anyway, it feels like a very natural way to sell. So if I'm doing a demo of, a DIY brooch bouquet, for example, I don't have to be saying, buy this from me, because I'm already showing the product. I'm showing how to use it. I'm doing somebody a favor by teaching them how to use it. And I think a couple really awesome things come out of that. One is that through the medium, especially of video, which is my favorite type of content, you can build that know, like, and trust factor with your customers so much more quickly than if they were to just land on our website, where it's like, well, I don't really know anything about this company or who owns this business. Whereas if they find you through a video, especially on social media, and they see your face, they hear your voice, they see your mannerisms and your personality, it's so much easier to get them to feel comfortable buying from you because they already feel like they know you. So that's one really important thing. And then I think the second really important thing is, especially when you're doing tutorial style videos, and you're offering something of value, teaching somebody how to do something, this beautiful thing happens where the law of reciprocity kicks in. And because you have done something nice for them, they would like to do something nice for you in return, which hopefully means buying your product.
Isn't that magical? I love how that works. It always does. It's that law of attraction and reciprocity. It's perfect. But what about when you first were getting started? So you said you were pregnant. Did you have any plans? Like, how did you grow this following?
I didn't have I was really taking it day by day. My expectations for the business were really low. I just wanted something I could do on a flexible schedule while I was taking care of my baby at home. So it was always something I did sort of slowly, but I started actually creating content on YouTube first. And that was pretty effective for me. I think I can say one thing about that is that I think there was some white space on YouTube for DIY weddings, especially. So I was able to get a pretty decent sized following early on with not that many videos. So if you can find a little space of white space in what you're doing, I think it will allow you to grow a lot more quickly. And actually, one of our affiliates who works with us, who was on your podcast recently, Kathy DiDomenico from Royal Funky Junk, she was kind of like one of the first ones who was like really all in on the sparkle. And so I think she was able to find that niche that not a lot of people were serving and really break in quickly that way. So bravo to her.
I love all that. I think that is key, as in any business, is to find the white space, to find the blue waters, they say, instead of the red waters, and just, making a way for yourself. And so you built up your YouTube and it started paying you. I'm sure you monetized it. And so that was even an additional revenue stream.
Yes, exactly. Which is one of the things I really love about YouTube. It's pretty quick and easy to monetize over there. Yeah. And your content is also evergreen over there, which I also really like.
I love that part too. Evergreen is where it's at. We don't want to be always recreating. So you went ahead and spread your net a little wider after YouTube. Tell me about that.
Yep. So then we started experimenting a little bit with live video on Facebook, which I thought was really fun. Because I feel like it's a little bit easier, right? You can just press record and do your thing. And I was comfortable doing live video. So I really enjoyed that. I also enjoyed just the interaction with our fans and customers so much. And I can also say that by spreading ourselves out a little bit on a few different social media channels, I can really say that there are unique audiences on each platform. And we're really able to grow our businesses because there's certain people out there who will like what you do, but who really aren't on Facebook. They might really be YouTube type people, or they're the people who don't really use YouTube and they're all on Facebook, or whatever the case may be. So I think, trying to get on at least a couple, you don't want to spread yourself too thin, but I think you'll find there are a lot of people out there that you won't be able to get if you're just in one place.
I agree. So you started growing and you got this audience. And so how did you kind of segue into having them buy from you? I know you said you did the videos and showed them how to use the product, but tell me, I guess, more of the ways that you divvied up the monetization. So now you have affiliates and ambassadors. How did that come about?
Mm-hmm. So as I was creating all this video content myself for Totally Dazzled on the various platforms, I found that it was actually extremely challenging because running first of all, I was a mom of 2 young children. That's a full-time job. I'm running my ecommerce craft supply company. That's a full-time job. And then creating content, I quickly discovered, especially in a consistent way, is another whole full-time job. So that's when I decided, okay, while as much as I enjoyed creating the video, and I still do, I just realized I wasn't going to be capable on my own of creating the consistent quality content that I wanted to have out there. So we launched our affiliate program, and that's been really successful for us. And we have YouTube affiliates, Facebook affiliates, we have all different kinds of affiliates. And what we do there is we provide the creators with free product. So we try to be very generous with our creators. We give them free product. We give them a commission for the sales that they bring into us. And it's really been a lovely strategy. We've met so many amazing people and made so many amazing relationships with our affiliates, but we've been able to reach a much larger audience without me, myself, having to do each and every single video. And I think, Kathy is a great example that I mentioned earlier. You should check out that episode if you haven't, where, she was really excited when she came on with us because we were an additional income stream for her. But at the same token, she has been actually one of our top performing affiliates since she came on. So it's a real beautiful win-win relationship that can exist when you find, as a product-based business, I can find the right affiliate, and the affiliate can find the right product-based business to kind of complement each other. It can be a really amazing win-win situation.
I agree. Anytime you can collaborate, your two heads are better than one. Two videos, people doing videos is better than one. All the things. I'm always a huge, proponent for collaborations. And I remember referring Kathy to you and saying, this girl is hot. You've got to reach out to her. She's going to be amazing. She's rocking it. So I will put her episode in the show notes as well for you guys to check out. I'm curious, Natalie, when you were growing and, I think we all kind of start out slow. I think you mentioned slow. Did you have any type of a plan for growth or something in place that you knew if I do these steps over and over, I'm going to get to where you are now?
Well, not really, except just, I think, like so many of your guests have said, consistency, just showing up regularly is the main thing, and providing value. I think those are the key ingredients.
Yes. But I know you had distractions, especially mom of two. What kept you focused?
I think honestly, it just my business brings me a lot of joy. And I enjoy having, something for myself outside of my children to, excite me and occupy my brain. And I enjoy all the challenges, and it gives me sort of that balance in my life that I love, where I have time with my kids, but I also have something, my own identity as well. So that I think keeps me going.
I love that too. And so, what advice would you give yourself back when you just got started and you only had like a couple thousand followers on YouTube and you hadn't even started on Facebook? Your business, was just a baby. What what would you tell yourself?
I would tell myself, follow your own instincts. Trust that you have what you need to get it done. And don't be afraid to do things in your own way. There are a lot of other product-based businesses that, I know and follow. And so sometimes I would get distracted from the content piece and try to think I should do things, in the way that somebody else is doing them. And I think that actually was a huge setback. And I think I think just listening to yourself, being true to yourself, and doing things in your own way.
Amen. So, you have grown this business from scratch. Do you have any plans to segue into another type of business or duplicate this type of business? Or are you literally going to stay focused and 10 times this business?
Well, I think my current plan is to stay focused on this business. We actually have experienced some really awesome growth this year and last, even during the pandemic, where, we had really been focused on weddings. We took a big hit there, but, thanks to our amazing affiliate community and the fact that we were able to grow our crafting side of the business so much, we were actually able to grow during that time, despite all of the hardships and everything that we've all gone through. So I feel like, it's a really exciting time in the business, and I'm planning to, keep enjoying the ride.
Yes, yes. Do you have a blog?
We do have a blog. You can find it at totallydazzled.com.
Love it. And you've been in a few craftathons. Has that played any part in your adding the crafters to the business here?
Absolutely. So we were fortunate to participate in some of your craftathons, which were fabulous, not only for finding new fans and followers for our page, but also for discovering, as a way of discovering this amazing community of crafters who are just all so talented and amazing and work so hard for us to get signed on to our affiliate program. So it was amazing on two fronts.
Love it. And so for anyone else that has a product-based business, getting into some events might be another way to broaden your horizons or expand your contacts, that type of thing.
Absolutely. I would highly recommend that.
Well, Natalie, what inspires you?
I think my family, my children especially inspire me to keep going, but also to find ways to run my business in a way that allows me to be very present with them. And I'm very grateful to my business for allowing me to do that.
And see, we should be grateful to our business. We forget to be grateful to our business. That's important. So I have a one last really strange question. It's not strange, but this is just my personal question. Now that you have experience on these 3 different social media platforms, which one is your favorite and which one do you think was the easiest to grow?
Ooh, that is a good question. I think my personal favorite is probably YouTube. And I think that the platform you start on might always be your favorite because it's the one that maybe feels easiest, most natural, or whatever to you. So I think YouTube is still my favorite. And the fact that the content is, searchable and evergreen is really powerful in my mind. But I also think Facebook is the most fun. So I think those two are it's the most fun, it's the easiest, and I think it's the best for creating real relationships with people. So I would say those two are my favorite.
Love it. So where can we find you online?
Totallydazzled.com is our site. You can find all of our amazing products there to make your crafts with. You can find a link at the bottom of our homepage if you're interested in signing up for our affiliate program. And you can also find all of the links to our social media accounts.
Woohoo! Well, thank you so much, Natalie, for taking time out of your busy schedule to share some insights with us about Totally Dazzled and how you've grown your brand across social media.
Thank you so much, Melanie.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
You too.
Thank you so much, my friend, for listening to the podcast. I'm blessed every single time you come back and listen to an episode. It's especially amazing when you share it with others on social media. So be sure to follow Creatives on Fire online. Listen, if you have not already done so, I want you to go ahead and download the 5 ideas I personally used to explode my online audience growth to a 6-figure following. You can find that at creativesonfirepodcast.com. I appreciate you, and until next time, stay inspired.